per Milano and 0 for the Valencia.
Ok?
Cambiamo di nuova postazione. Eccoci di nuovo sugli spalti. Tra un po' avremo anche lo streaming. Vediamo che le Harpies hanno la lead con l'Electro Lemon e inseguita prima del Rigido, il Roller Derby Valencia. Un bel attacco da parte delle Harpies e si chiude così il non gel con un punteggio 13-4 per le Harpies Royal Derby Milano. Una bella lotta agguerrita da parte di Tormenta, di Roller Derby Valencia, mentre invece Baby Razor per le Harpies continua contro il pack blu. E la lead viene presa da parte del Harpies. Vediamo il pack che corre. battuta a terra, tormenta. Vediamo se è tutto a posto. Tutto a posto, ok. Uno scontro da pari, 3 blocker per ognuna delle due squadre. E la lead viene presa da Kill Bill per le Harpies. Che conquista anche altri 5 punti. Invece Wheat Sister combatte ancora contro il pack.
It's another. Trip right now. So quite a lead for Milan. It was number 186.
Good take care from the medical.
Yeah, everything seems to be fine here. The game is on again. It's left on the first half.
Oh, and the score looks quite.
Why don't you announce?
Because he's gonna go on you also, so he's gonna hear on you.
No, we are on screen.
We can't separate this now.
Okay, we have started again. We have Arpis Jammer, number 1-2 Electric Lemon on their initial pass. And
And Prima de Riesgo has taken the lead. It's been 6 jams actually since the Rayo Dockers didn't have the lead jammer position, and it's done here with Prima de Riesgo scoring 5 points here on that jam number 12. 49 for Valencia, still 80 for Milan.
We are seeing lining up now from the RPs, number 25 Baby Razors and number 12 for the Rayo Rockets.
Let's see whether Valencia has started the streak here, but no, this is Milan with Baby Razor taking the lead on that jam number 13.
Wow, it was quite fast but she's ready now to score some points. You see some offense for her, what the yellow team will apply. Yeah, I can see some points, and yeah, score to the bench, ready, call it off.
Good speeding by Baby Razor here, immediately calling off that jam after having scored 4 more points for Milan. Milan 84, Valencia still 49.
Very, very quick jam. It will be a technique maybe, so they can get tired, or they have a very quick and fast jammers, I will say. Now we have for RP's Roller Derby Milano number 5, Kilby.
And it's going to be for Valencia, Kinky with number 10. And Kilby is taking the lead for the Harpies here. Still 84 for the Harpies, and Kilby in her scoring trip right now.
Asking for some offense from her team. Can see some sign. And calling off right away. 4 points for Harpies Roller Derby Milano and 0 for Rayo.
Still 49 for Rayo Valencia and still 84. That jam was a pointless one. Not a pointless one in terms of derby, but of course a pointless one. No, 4 points. 4 points actually for Milan. 88 for Milan. And still 49 for Valencia. And it's going to be the battle of the 12, I think. Yes, the battle of the 12. Number 12, Electric Lemon for Milan. And number 12, Killer Queen for the Rayo.
Oh, almost in front of the pack, and now at the last second she was put it on the inner field, and then she had to recycle all the way again.
And this is a power jam situation for Milan, as Killer Queen had just been sent off to the penalty box for a cutting, and it's a lead jammer position for Electric Lemon. Everything is fine for Milan right now on that jam number 15.
And she will have 30 seconds to score as many points as she can. Oh, we see some other blockers going to the box. And out of the pack again. 5 more for the RP's Roller Derby Milano. Looking at her blockers, see what they're gonna do it for her. Or maybe taking a breath. We'll see.
Tough Cookie will never have as beautiful as an accent as you saying Harpies Roller Derby Milano. I tried to mock it, but it seems like cultural appropriation here on that jam number 15. But it's still, Electric Lemon is having a good time here on that one in her second scoring trip. And Killer Queen is back from the penalty box. This is the end of the power jam.
But she's leading with a quite strong tripod from the yellow, from the RPs. And then the people get some help. And then Electric Lemon out again from the back for 4 or 5 points.
5 more points high in the sky for Electric Lemon. Third scoring trip situation for the Harpies. And Electric Lemon seem to be willing to continue that jam, whereas Killer Queen has entered her first scoring trip right now. And Electric Lemon saw it. That's why she immediately calls off that jam.
No risk. I'm going to take a few more and then call it off. 3 more points for the RP's Roller Derby Milano.
And look at that. Milano has overtaken the triple-digit barrel, leading 101 to 49 for Valencia. Good job by Milano on that jam number 13. They started, I would say, this game rather quite low, but as the game went on, they dominated quite heavily on this, and now they are leading by a bit more than 50 points. Baby Razor for Milan, Prima de Riesgo for Valencia, and Prima de Riesgo is taking the lead on that jam number 16.
Yeah, I guess the first few jams was like just studying to see how the call was going and taking like a measurement from the blockers. So now I can see
Prima Riesgo still in the lead, and Baby Reza has taken the helmet cover off right now, but still Prima Riesgo controlling that jam, number 16 for Valencia.
Oh, I can see a call, a big call from Valencia. She really want to make the ref see her.
No points for Milan. And it's going to be an official timeout, I believe.
Yeah, I can see the head ref, really Vanille, taking their...
Yeah, we still don't have any points awarded to Valencia. That's surely what the conversation is about on this official timeout. Let's have a look at some statistics and fun facts about Milan, for example. This is the third edition of the DDT, right?
Yes.
And Milan lost against another team participating in the DDT, Barcelona, last July, 163-136.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
Milan, as I believe, this is my own opinion, being one of the strongest teams in Italy, has many players in Team Italy. We have Vanity Fairs, we have Electric Lemon, we have Betty Burp, we have Linthor, we have AD Blollerblock, we have No Brain No Pain, we have Deadly Bet, we have Velociraptor, we have Mad Minion, and we have Baby Razor. And apparently, I don't know if you have more news, but Velociraptor, rumors says that she might have something broken with her wrist.
Yeah, I'm afraid to say that. I think she's quite aware of her body, and then when I look at her eyes, she said like, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't think I can fix this. I know her, she can fix kind of almost everything, but yeah, I do not think she can fix this.
It might be a precaution that she takes, right, for the rest of the weekend, because the weekend is going to be quite long on this.
Yeah, I think the RPs kind of need her at this point, so, but the safety first, so if the medic say to her like, please just sit here. I saw Pepperoni wanted to take her straight to the hospital, but they are taking care of that, so we are in a really good hand.
It's always safety first, and 3 points were awarded to Valencia on the last jam, so it's 52 for Valencia, 101 for Milan, less than 50 points difference, but still Milan has quite of a strong lead now. And it's going to be for the next jam, number 10, Kinky, for Valencia,
and number 5, Kilby from the Harpies Roller Derby Milano.
Let's see whether Valencia is on the streak on the lead jammer position.
Oh, right on the outside, taking the lead, number 10, Kinky for Roller Derby Valencia, or quite a half of the track.
And quite an interesting fact, it is the first time on that game that Valencia has had 2 consecutive lead jammer position, and this is an apex, ladies and gentlemen, derby people on the track by Valencia.
Oh, that was quite amazing. She just scored 4 points with that apex. Wow, really big shout to the Valencia jammer. I hope some of the photographers catch that jam, because it was like, wow, I would say.
We hope so. And in the meantime, Milano hasn't scored a single point on the last 2 jams. 4 more points for Valencia on the last jam. 56 for Valencia. Still 101 for Milan. Jam number 18, Electric Lemon versus Killer Queen. Another battle of the 12. And this is the 12 for the Rayo Dockers, taking the lead for the 3rd lead jammer position in a row for Valencia.
And then we have the jammer stashing the cover. Number 12, Electric Lemon, taking off the cover from her helmets, waiting for some help for her teammates. She's looking at them and say, hey, can you please help me and do something?
But unfortunately for Valencia, it's a forearm for Killer Queen. She's being sent to the penalty box. It's going to be a power jam for Milan, and that means also there's going to be a full 2-minute jam, since Killer Queen lost the benefit of the lead jammer position here.
So we kind of minded up the period, right? So we're very close to the end of the first period of this. Remember, it's the game 2 of the Daga Denter tournament. It's going to be today and tomorrow, 2 days full of awesome derby.
When we have a break, we're going to tell you all the matches and the lineups on that weekend in Daga Denter. It's going to be a magnificent weekend here in Milan, Italy. Electric Lemon is in her scoring trip right now.
Yeah, she has to face a tripod, very kind of strong from the Rayo, with her pivots bracing them.
But the power jam has ended. Good work by the blockers from Rayo. buying the precious seconds for Killer Queen to come back on the track. And now passing the pack once again, and she is the first to score 4 points on that jam. Extremely good job by the blockers from Rayo.
Yeah, very good time of killing that jammer penalty. So
look at that. In the power jam, they had 30 seconds for Milan, and the Electric Women didn't manage to score any points. So that underlines the amazing work from the blockers here on that jam number 18. And this is the end of it. And apparently, Killer Queen, is being sent to the penalty box once again. It's going to be another power jam for Milan and a power start from jam number 19 upcoming.
I saw it was maybe a back block. So it was signed with too much speed. She wanted to really pass that pack. She was like, I'm going to go. So we be careful. So we have a lineup. I can see Baby Razor from Harpies Roller Derby Milano. Ready to pass the pack and become lead jammer.
And it's going to be the break of the streak for Valencia as Milan is taking the lead. They haven't taken the lead since the last 3 jams here. Baby Razor in a power jam situation versus 2 blockers from Rayo.
Wow.
And this is going to be the end of the power jam very soon as Killer Queen is up.
She's out from the box now, trying to look at her blocker and see what she can do. But she's going to face 4 blockers for her Roller Derby RP Milano, which they cannot contain her from the in. So she's out.
5 points in the meantime for Baby Razor, still in the lead jammer position. And she's looking for all the points in that second scoring trip. Only 1 blocker in front of her. And she saw that Valencia was coming over. That's why she decided to call off that jam after having scored overall 8 points on that jam number 19. And it's halftime on that score. 112 for Milan, 62 for Valencia. Sharp 50 points difference.
They should have a talk on the halftime and see. I'm sure the bench coach will have them a nice talk and see. No, the team can see safe. That's not a really good lead, and Valencia can still catch up.
Still everything impossible, even if 50 points difference is quite comfortable advance for Milan, but everything remains possible. Oh, it's not completely the end of the first half since there's going to be an official review here.
I guess asked by the Valencia, because I saw their bench coach running up to the center.
Let's see whether the content of the official review here. So the first half is not over yet. There is an official review that is being asked by Valencia, apparently. And so, Marta, what's happening?
Valencia is requesting some points that wasn't given by the Jammer ref, and now they are, of course, discussing it. So we had the head tournament say to us what was going on, and we'll see if they saw the same amounts of points. And
let's see whether the points are going to be awarded at this very end of the first half. The referees are still in a discussion here. Takes a bit of a time, so that means that maybe it's a good sign for Valencia to have the points awarded.
Okay, now they're going to come back at us and say what happened. Okay, I got so the referees...
Tell us, Marta.
They say that she never completed her initial pass, so no points will be rewarded for the Valencia Jammer, but Yeah, it was a nice try.
So the official review is not retained
No.
for Valencia, which means that we're going to end up that first half on this score, 112 for Milan, 62 for Valencia. Let's have a break, shall we? And let's see each other, Derby peeps and Derby folks, in a bit less than 50 minutes now.
Yes, see you.
Questo non lo so. Ascoltami, riesci a modificare l'overlay di quel computer lì mettendolo anziché Roller Derby Valencia solo Valencia? Dentro... sì. Nelle policy di clicchi le cose. Sì, ok.
Where is the cameraman? Forget. Where is it? And here we are back live on that track number 2 for that second half between Harpies Roller Derby Milan and Rayo Dockers from Valencia, with 46 seconds left before the start of the second half. Let's have a look at the statistics for the moment. It's 112 for Milan and 62 for Valencia, a sharp 50-point difference, which is quite explainable here because in the first half Milan had 11 leads out of the 19 jams, whereas Rayo Dockers from Valencia had only 6 leads out of the 19 jams. Valencia started quite well on that first half, but slowly Milano took the domination over there to lead by 50 points here. And Marta is back for the start of that second half in 1 second. This is it. The clock. You can hear the whistle. Is going to be the battle for that second half. Valencia is 50 points behind. Do you think that, Marta, that they can make it?
Yeah, I think 50 points is nothing. What is going to be 2 power gems? Oh, yeah. Completely affordable. But I don't want to say anything, but I can see a really, really strong and ready to fight yellow in that house.
It's going to be Kilby for Milan versus Kinky for Valencia here. No one is in the penalty box. Let's have a look at that first jam on who is going to take the lead jammer position here. For the moment, Kilby is a bit ahead, but look at the good defending from the blockers.
And she's still fighting in the front with a 4 formation, and we see a yellow going to the box, so it's going to be...
Kilby is trying to shoulder her way through the pack. She remains on the track, and she was sent to the penalty box for a cutting. Is going to be a power jam, and the lead jammer position is still open for Valencia.
And we're seeing Valencia...
No, it's not still open. Since Kinky removed her helmet cover, so she can't take the lead jammer position. It's going to be a full 2-minute jam, as the same thing as the first jam of the first half.
So they're going to repeat it themselves. So 2 minutes of full derby. And we have only 2 yellow blocker for the jammer of the Valencia, and she manages, so 5 points.
You see the importance for a jammer not to remove the helmet cover, to be really attentive, because she could have taken the lead jammer position, but here we will have a full 2-minute jam, and Kinky has already scored for Valencia, and now Kilby is back on the track, and now in her scoring trip.
And talking about the importance of not removing the helmet cover, I just saw the Kinky try to call the jam, and the referee said to her, like, I'm sorry, I cannot do anything about that.
You have to be attentive on the single details in roller derby. And in the meantime, Kilby has already overtaken Kinky, even if she has been sent to the penalty box at the beginning of the jam. It's now 10 points for Milan and 5 points for Valencia.
And Kinky really like to take off the jam cover. She still have it in her hands again. She tried to stash it. Or maybe pass it. We'll see.
A good skating by Kilby. You saw it just before turn 3. She passed with her hips first. And this is the end of the first jam, with 5 points for Valencia only and 15 points for Milan. Milan had a power jams against them in the first half, but still they managed to score 50 points. That's a really good job by Kilby.
Yeah, quite amazing. It was 15 points in a jam. And we see a distance now from these two teams. No one in the penalty box right now, ready to start for the 5.
It's going to be Prima de Riesgo for Valencia and Electric Lemon for Milan. Prima de Riesgo taking the lead for the first time in the second half for Rayo.
So, and then the jammer. Oh, we have a stash for the Harpies Roller Derby Milano. We have the pivot, Phoenix, trying to manage to put the cover. Oh, we're going to call it.
Good job by Prima de Riesgo, passing the blockers, just having one in front of her and immediately calling that jam off, not to risk any points taken by Milan. Let's see how many points are going to be awarded by Valencia.
They are talking about it. We're going to make a discussion asking how the OPR. And 3 mistakes.
3 more points for Valencia, so it's now 70 for Rayo and still 127 for Milan.
Another jam. Quick lead jammer for Baby Razor, 25 for the Harpies Roller Derby Milano, taking the lead with more than a half of the track.
Tormenta, in the meantime, is trying to get back at Baby Razor, already in a scoring trip in the middle of the pack. And now Tormenta is passing Baby Razor, and Baby Razor saw it. That's why she immediately called that jam off. 1 point. Good job by Tormenta and Valencia. Even if she wasn't lead jammer, she managed to grab a point just before Electric Lemon called that jam off. Not Electric Lemon, Baby Razor, sorry. And 1 point, 3 points by Valencia, and 1 point for Milan.
So I would say that was a win for Rayo, Valencia. No lead jammer, making more points than the other jammer lead. Yeah, quite a good win.
Kilby back on the track for Milan versus Kinky. The same thing as the first jam of the second half.
And we have Kill Bill fighting in the front of the pack, trying to make the lead. Some whistle going on. And then we have Rayo, number 10, Kinky, again, making the lead. But just right behind her, we have Kill Bill. She's going to pass her. She's not going to pass her. They're very, very close. What they're going to decide? Look at the bench. I'm going to take some time. I'm going to call it. Yeah,
and this is totally logical for Valencia. She didn't want to take any risk, even if Valencia is somehow a bit more than 50 points behind now with 55-point difference. She didn't want to take any risk on this one, so she would rather score no points than letting Milan score more points than her.
Yeah, good strategy and good call.
She's still 128 for Milan, 73 for Valencia.
We have lining up the jammer for the Harpies. We have number 12, Electric Lemon, again. And for the Rayo, we have... we see her the second time now from the second half. And it's number 25, Prima de Riesgo.
And this is it for Electric Lemon. Lead jammer position on that jam number 5. Now they've equalized in terms of lead jammer position. It's 2 for each team here. And Electric Lemon is sent to the penalty box for misconduct, apparently. And this is going to be a power jam for Valencia and a full 2-minute jam. Okay,
2 more minutes of derby. We see what Rayo has in their cards. She had quite a pass, and then she's making 5 points.
It's going to be the second power jam in that second half for Valencia. That might be the key for Valencia to come back at Milan, because Milan is quite committing a lot of pelters since the beginning of that second half.
Yeah, it was quite tiring maybe in the first half, so they didn't adjust, so we see what's going on. But 2 more are coming back from the
penalty box. Exactly, this is the end of the power jam, but the jam is going to last 2 minutes since Electric Lemon lost the benefit of a lead jammer position on that jam number 5. Let's see whether she's going to grab some more points. No, she's sent to the penalty box once again for a cutting. This time is the second power jam situation for Valencia in that jam number 5.
Okay, again, we really need Harpies to take a timeout maybe, and everybody down, I would say.
That might be logical, Marta. That might be logical for Milan to take a timeout just after that jam number 5. But in the meantime, we have Prima de Riesgo now ending that full 2-minute jam with 2 more points, apparently. Yes, for Valencia.
I say 2 more points, yeah.
And 2 points also for Milan. So 12 points for Valencia. It's now 85. And 3 points for Milan. It's now 131.
But we have a power jam start situation for Rayo. And look who they put it on the German line. Of course, number 10, Kinky. Their most effective jammer, I would say.
Do you believe so? I also believe so, that Kinky is the most effectively jammer. But look at that good defending from number 412 Phoenix from Milan. And she bought the precious seconds, allowing Electric Lemon, who is back from the penalty box, to take the lead for Milan.
But the little Kinky is right behind on her tail. She's picking up. She will try to make her point as well. We see Milano landing up some point for Lemon, and she cut it off. We see 0 point for Valencia. 0 for Arpis.
Oh, she thought that she could have grabbed a point just before calling that jam off, but it wasn't the case. No points awarded on that jam number 6. It's still 131 for Milan, 85 for Valencia.
And no timeout call, so
no.
They might figure out what to do.
And we're going to have number 2-5, Baby Razor, Team Italy for Milan. And we're going to have Prima de Riesgo for Valencia.
Again, she was quite good in the jammer rotation, so they decided to put her in again. And she's fighting on the tripod inside. She had him from help from her pivot, and now the pivot is back again to try to fight Baby Razor there in the front. On the outside on the toe stop is her ability, I would say, the toe stop.
Is a power jam situation. Not the power jammer, lead jammer position for Baby Razor, but Prima de Riesgo has gone out of the pack before Baby Razor, who removed the helmet cover, so there's not going to be any lead jammer position.
Again, 2 minutes of derby, and she tried to call it again, but the referee said to her, I'm sorry, I didn't sign an L for you, you're not lead jammer, you have to go for 2 minutes.
The lead jammer position was first awarded to Baby Razor, but the referee didn't see that Baby Razor removed the helmet cover, so the lead jammer position couldn't be awarded to Baby Razor. It's going to be another full 2-minute jam on that jam number 7.
Okay, some calls again from the referees shouting. It's quite loud, I will say. We have another game going on the other track, so this is why maybe the ref are really say that again, their penalty is then shouted out, but they kind of manage.
And there might be a confusion with the whistles also for the players, because the other game is going on between Marseille and Argunas for Vincenza, and it's approximately the end of it, and I believe this is a very tight game. But in the meantime, here we are on that jam number 7 with 19 minutes and 33 seconds left, and Milan is leading 135 to 89 for Valencia in that full 2-minute jam, which is going to end in less than 13 seconds now.
We'll see who's going to make some more points. I can see Valencia stashing again, passing the cover to the pivot, but she's going to go to the box. Has a jammer, because she still have the jammer cover in her hands. I'm just going to say 10 seconds and talk about the whistle, because it's true we have another track, but we have a different tone of whistle, so it might be a little bit less confusing. So are you confused? No.
I'm a bit confused, but the scoreboard is not confused. 9 points for Milan and 4 points for Valencia. In the meantime, at the very end of the previous jam, the pivot from Valencia had the helmet cover, but she was sent to the penalty box for cutting, apparently. So it's going to be a power jam situation for Milan in the upcoming jam number 8, with a team timeout asked by Milan right now.
Okay, maybe they hear us. We ask for a timeout, but yeah.
Do we have a voice? Do we have a voice?
Yeah, we have a voice. So now we're seeing the ref in the middle, taking the rest, drinking water, and talking about how it's going, the call and stuff like that. And Milano are getting her up and say like, okay, they're catching up us, so let's start this power jam and see what we can make out for.
According to the statistic, Milan is still leading in the lead jammer position of that second half. We have had 7 jams so far, and 3 jams were led by Milan, whereas 2 jams only were led by Rayo. And but yeah, Valencia seems to be in a very good shape at the beginning of the second half. That's surely the reason why Milan asked for a team timeout here to check what's going on with Milan here. But they're going to start the upcoming jam number 8 in a power start situation.
Yes, and they give us quite a lot of fun because a lot of jam 2 minutes. So this is they want to take a time out and rest a little bit. 2 minutes jam can be quite tiring.
It's going to be a power jam situation for Milan, the first one of that second half since number 33 from Valencia, Terremoto, has been sent to the penalty box as she was the pivot.
Oh no, they don't want to start. So now it's an official timeout. Need a bit more discussion about it.
Once again, maybe discussing about Terremoto sent to the penalty box for cutting the track.
Maybe, yeah.
At the end of that jam number 7.
But they're cool now.
This is it for that upcoming jam number 8. 140 for Milano, 89 for Valencia.
And I can see how they're lining up. We'll see very strong formation from the RP's Roller Derby Milano. They want to have their jammer out in just few seconds.
Kilby in a power jam situation. Her objective is to take the lead, and this is exactly what she has just done. Lead jammer position for Milan and Kilby.
And we see a lot of queue in the penalty box for the Rayo. We have a jammer and 2 blockers. So only 2 blockers on the track for Kilby to fight. She has the only one last for defense. And she's going to make her points.
Nice shot from Kilby, dodging the blocker from Valencia to score 5 more points for Milan.
Only 1 blocker for Kilby to contend. Easy pass, 5 more.
That might be the reason why Kilby is really on fire on that jam number 8, because you barely have blockers left for Valencia. And Kilby is turning around the blockers from Valencia on the outside to score another 4 points for Milan. Extremely productive jam from the team from Lombardy.
Yes, it was quite. I think she made it bigger the track. Nobody saw her going out on that outside, and now it's some little bit of jammer action 1-on-1. Look at the bench. I'm gonna call it. I got enough. How many points? We see 4 to this.
And I believe this is the record of points scored on one single jam on that game. Let's check with my statistics. Yes, no one has ever scored 18 points on that jam, and this is what Kilby has just done. 18 points so far for Kilby. It's now 158 for Milan, still 89 for Valencia.
Yeah, it was quite. Some pass was kind of easy. She had only a few blockers to contend to, but then, she was kind of fast to coming back again to the pack. So now we have some chit-chat from Phoenix, number 412 to the blocker, and talking about what we're going to do.
Next jam is going to be kinky for Valencia versus number 12 for Milan, Electric Lemon for Milan and Team Italy as well.
We see a very, very strong couple. We saw them jamming against each other quite a lot, I would say. But
there seems to be a problem with the scoreboards. They are plugging another one. So that's why we have a kind of a timeout here. Let's have a look at our partner from this Daga Denter. We have Roll Line, the leader company in the artist skating since 1999. We also have Serim, which operates in the food market through vending machines since the 70s. We have also other partners from this Daga Denter, Pico Brew. Pico Brew is one mini brewery, or better, even a smaller brewery and an itinerant brewery. We also have Les Garçons de la Rue. I'm French, I can say it in French, right? Stefano Piuma and Mauro Bellini are the 2 guys who, after years of experience in the makeup and hairstyle sector for different companies, decided to create a hairstyle laboratory. And we also have Milano All News, the cultural association is officially born on the 30th of May 2015 thanks to the idea of Fabio Ranfi, the responsible director of Good Morning Milano.
And we see if in this time we got the possibility to check what was going on the scoreboard and shut it down like this. Oh, it's working again. I guess Pepperoni was there fixing it. Good. Oh, we got a one more point. So it wasn't 18, it was 19. So it's kind of record, I will say.
In the meantime, let's have a look at the schedule of that day. On day one, we have at the moment Marseille versus the Iguanas. And now we have Arpis versus Rayo Dockers. Then after that, on track number 2, we're going to have Zurich versus the Panthers. On track number 1, we're going to have Barcelona, the Ingles de Acero versus Lutes Destroyers. Then we have on track number 2, Helsinki Sea Cassettes versus the winner of that very game. And then we're going to have on track 1, Vienna versus the winner between Marseille and Bloody Skulls. And then we are going to have another game on track 1. The loser of game 3 between Barcelona and Lutes versus the loser of game 4 between Zurich and Panthers. Kinky versus Electric Lemon. Kinky takes the lead for Rayo. Quite a bit of fresh air for Rayo since they haven't taken the lead jamming position since for the last 2 jams. No, Kiki is leading that jam number 9.
And we have Electric Lemon doing her initial pass.
4 more points for Rayo, and immediately calling that jam off. She didn't want to take any risk and see Electric Lemon coming back at her. 4 more points for Valencia.
And who we have lined up again? We have a number 25, Baby Razor for Arpis Roller Derby Milano, and number 56 for
Prima
the Rayo.
Oh,
okay, you're better than me to say that name, okay?
I'm just kidding. I'm just looking at the roster, actually.
Yeah, that's true.
You are far better than me at seeing this. Prima de Riesgo versus Baby Razor here. And last time Prima de Riesgo went on the track, she lost the lead jam position twice in a row. And here we have a power jam situation since Baby Razor was sent to the penalty box for cutting the track.
So we have a power jam and lead jammer for Prima de Riesgo for Roller Derby Valencia.
It's the second lead jammer position in a row for Valencia.
And Valencia has a goat in the back, so they keep in the pack with them. So easy points for Prima de Riesgo.
Second scoring trick for Prima de Riesgo here. She has already scored 5 points as she is in a power jam situation. Baby Razor is back on the track right now. The power jam has ended, but this is the second scoring trip for Prima de Riesgo. Baby Razor is going to try to enter her first scoring trip, and this is it for Baby Razor in a first scoring trip now.
She stashed the cover so nobody could see her, and it was a good move. But end of the jam. So I believe no point for Baby Razor, just quite stop the bleeding, I would say. And
Milan is quite disruptive on that second half because on 10 jams, they had 4 power jams against them. So this is clearly something that they will need to check out before the end of that game.
They need to be on track, all of them, and stay away from that penalty box. I would say that. Or another timeout. Well, I'm asking for too much. For too many timeouts, I guess. We want a smooth game.
And Milano hasn't scored on the last 2 jams. And in the meantime, we have Kill B taking the lead for Milan here.
And still in the meantime, Killer Queen still battling on the pack. Recycle back from the pivot, Mackie Maniac, taking a good care of her. And now she will be joined with other 3 of the Milano Arpis Roller Derby. And meanwhile, Kilby is scoring.
A bit of fresh air for Milan because Milan hadn't taken the lead jammer position on the last 2 jams. And here Kilby is making the most of that lead jammer position for Milan, immediately calling that jam off after having scored 9 points on that jam number 11.
And 0 for this time for Roller Derby Valencia. She was trying to kill sometimes, so she was calling slowing a little bit because she still has some times before the other jammer could hit the pack. So she's trying. I think they are going to run from the clock. I will see only 30 seconds left on this second half.
Yeah, 13 minutes left on that second half, and 65-point difference. Quite a comfortable advance for Milan, and we have Electric Lemon here versus Kinky.
Oh, Kinky, she was just out and in and out and in. Nobody saw her. She's taking the lead. I guess Dati Morales saw her and she's giving her the signal of the lead jammer. Quite Lemon still fighting with the last blocker, and then she get out.
Oh.
Initial pass for...
Good skating by Kinky, dodging the blockers for Milano and calling that jam off after having scored 4 points for Valencia. Now Valencia is 107 and 168 for Milano.
4-0 on this jam. It was quite fast. So some jams 2 minutes, some jams quite fast. So that's roller derby, guys. So fast, slow. You really need to be in a good shape.
Yeah, but in the meantime, you have 12 minutes left on the clock, and only 12 jams have been played on the second half. That means that the jams are lasting quite long, actually, on that second half.
Yeah, we got that penalty jammer, so of course they lost the possibility to get the lead. What didn't lose now? Baby Razor, she got the lead just like this before the first corner. Meanwhile,
Prima Riesgo has entered her scoring trip now, but Baby Razor is leading that jam number 13, immediately calling that jam off. Has she scored points? Yes, points scored by Baby Razor. 2 more points for Milan now. 170 for Milan and 107 still for Valencia.
And who we got again on the jammer line? I bet it's Kilby with number 5 and number 11 for Le Rayo, Tormenta. It kind of looks Italian name. You know, Tormenta, it's like a storm or something.
I mean, I don't want to fury anyone, but the Italian language and the Spanish language quite resemble each other.
Yes, we don't fury anybody. Would fury? It was Kilby. She just took the lead in 1 split seconds. Still Tormenta, still fighting with a 2-wall in front.
Second lead jammer position in a row for Milan, and Kilby is on fire apparently on that jam number 14. She has already scored 5 points for Milan here. Kilby in her second scoring trip right now. In the meantime, Tormenta has finally entered her first scoring trip for Valencia. Oh, good defending by number 88, Machaca Flacas for Valencia, forcing the jammer from Milan to call off that jam. 3 more points on the second scoring trip for Milan. It's 8 points overall on that jam number 14.
And we saw a quite rough stop from Kilby. She was kind of getting into the way of her jammer ref, and they look at each other and say, sorry, that's derby, you know, you don't gonna hit a referee even if it's full gear protected, but nothing.
Valencia hasn't scored on the last 2 jams. It's now Kinky versus Electric Lemon.
Still finding on the pack. We have Kinky blocked by 3, I guess, from the Arpis. She was out? No.
Oh, and we nearly had an apex jump.
Stumble on the apex.
But the lead jammer position is still open on that jam number 15. Is it going to be Electric Lemon or is it going to be Kinky? It's not going to be Electric Lemon. Since Electric Lemon has been sent to the penalty box for a cutting, it's going to be Kinky taking the lead on that jam number 15 for Rayo.
A quite dangerous jammer, I would say, for a power jam, and only 3 RPs on the track right now, since one is a goat on the back, so the pack should be in the back, and she go away easy. 5 points for Kinky.
Can you believe that this is the 5th power jam in that second half in favor of Valencia? This is clearly something that Milan will have to check if they don't want to see Valencia coming back at them. With more than 60-point difference with 8 minutes to go, it seems to be quite a comfortable advance for Milan, but we never know in roller derby.
Yes, and then we have a good take a breath from the RPs because it was an official timeout. We have some clarification. I'll see the head ref going to the penalty box and look what's going on. You need to see if all the paperwork from the NSO is corresponding. So there's the right people sitting on the bench on the penalty.
8 minutes and 55 seconds to go before the end of that game. Valencia is 112. Milan is 178. That seems to be quite of a good start for Milan for their own tournament, Daga Denter, which as far as I can remember, they ended up second of the last edition in 2016, right?
Yeah, it was quite a good performance. It was kind of a high seed last year, so it was a good fight against Porto, who won the final game.
Prima de riesgo for Valencia versus Electric Lemon here on that jam number 16.
And we got some offense by Valencia, which helped out her jammer, which is out already.
She had 2 seconds of power start for Valencia and Prima de riesgo, but that was enough for her to take the lead. But here the jam is called because we have a player for Valencia who seems to be injured. It was the second lead jammer position in a row for Valencia. The referees are standing up in front of the player. I can't see the player's number here, but we're going to tell you as soon as she gets up.
Yes, to get everyone at home, feel that everybody is fine. But I'll see already the medicals taking care of what's going on. We have a very prepared and really fast medical.
So just after on that track number 2, we're going to at 12:45 p.m. we're going to have Zurich entering the Daga Denter, who's going to play against the Panthers from Saint-Gratien, which is a town in the suburbs of Paris, for people to know, because not everyone knows about French geography, you know. And it's going to be the game just right after this one at 12:45 on track number 2. Seems to take a bit of a time for...
Do we want to talk about what is going on the other side of the track? For who can see it, we have bakery, which is going to help us. Okay, maybe it's too late now for the breakfast, but you can still find some salty stuff. So we have very good cover. And then on the other side, we have a lot of vendors and Rocky Derby and Roller Fighter, Officina Roller Derby. So people here are quite covered. If they need a T-shirt, they need new wheels or whatever it's going to take. You can always buy some merch on the table and support the local derby and the team that bring here their merch.
There's quite a competition in pelters in that second half, because out of 16 jams on that second half, both teams led each 7 times. There were 50-point difference at halftime, and now there are 65-point difference. So even if Milan is quite making a lot of penalties on that second half, Milan managed to widen the gap between them and Valencia here, having 66-point difference and 8 minutes and 30 seconds. It seems to be quite a good job for Milan, but we never know Roller Derby. And in the meantime, we have apparently another player from Milan who is injured. It's number 92 Pandemonium with the medics here. Okay. And the player from Valencia has stood up. It's apparently number 9 Albari Blocker for Rayo, injured, and unfortunately for Rayo, she doesn't seem to be fit for the rest of the game, and she's being taken by the shoulder by one of her teammates, number 33 Terremoto, and she's joining Pandemonium to the medic box.
I know about Pandemonium. She has quite a little bad shoulder, but she was taking care of the doctor before the tournament, and he said to her, "I might come out, but don't worry, it will come back on the place." But I think she's okay now, putting some ice and stuff.
And here we are for the jam number 17, Killer Queen for Valencia and Baby Razor for Milan.
Quite agility moves from Baby Razor. She's gonna have some help from Brutal Sanjet, trying to make a little bit space for her and room. Meanwhile, Heidi Rollerblock is taking care of Killer Queen in the back.
Good defending from Rayo on Baby Razor here. The lead jammer position is still open after nearly 30 seconds of gameplay. And this is it for Rayo. Killer Queen is taking the lead for what is going to be the 3rd lead jammer position in a row for Valencia.
But I can see Baby Razor tried behind her tail. It's gonna speed game. It's a speed game. Who is gonna make it more points? I can see a stumble now. She's up.
And once again, Baby Razor is sent to the penalty box for a blocking out of bounds. It's going to be a power jam for Rayo here.
And who they gonna put on the jammer line? Oh, I guess they're gonna put number 10, Kinky, which was their most effective jammer. I really agree with that.
You seem to appreciate that player, because you've said it twice smarter. So you seem to appreciate Kinky from Rayo here on that power start situation for Valencia, as number 25 is in the penalty box for Milan, Baby Razor. Let's see whether she's going to take the leads. Oh, good job by Milan, but only two blockers. One blocker in front of her.
And the pivot, and then...
This is going to be a lead jammer position, the fourth one in a row for Valencia.
But I can see Baby Razor standing on the penalty box. She's going to come and join the game pretty soon. Meanwhile, we have Phoenix and Linthor taking care of Kinky, which is no pass, no penalty.
Dodging the blocker and calling that jam off. And yes, for Rayo, she has scored 4 more points for Valencia, which was a kind of a fresher for Valencia because they didn't score on the last 2 jams. 4 more points for Valencia. It's now 116 for Valencia and still 178 for Milan.
On 6 minutes on the clock remaining. And we have again number 5, Kill B from the Arpis, and number 55, Prima de Riego.
Here we are from that jam number 19, sorry. Is it going to be Prima de Riesgo or Kill B? Kill B is taking the lead, breaking the streak of Valencia after 4 consecutive lead jammer position. Milan is taking the grip once again on that jam number 19.
And I can see the jammer Prima de Riesgo took her off their cover, possibly thinking, okay, I can give it to my pivot, but the pivot is sitting quite sad on the penalty box. Only one contender for Kill Bill and 5 points for her on this pass.
There was only one blocker ahead of her, and Kill Bill managed to get rid of that blocker from Valencia and taking her once again on the outside of the second scoring trip. And now she has entered the third scoring trip on that jam number 19. Kill B is on fire on that jam number 19.
Oh, we'll see if she can overlap her record before. It was 19 points, I guess, so we can see.
19 points so far is the record on one single jam, and for the moment, Kill B is 15 points. And this is it. She's going to get the record of the highest number of points scored on one single jam. For the moment, Kill B has scored 20 points on that jam number 19.
And I can see passing the star now to the pivot number 3-3 Terremoto, but no time for them to score or to do the initial pass since the jam was called off.
No points scored for Rayo, 20 points scored for Milan. Oh, more than this, 24 points scored for Milan. This is going to be clearly the record of the game by Kill B. And now Milan is leading 202 versus 116 for Valencia, approaching the 100-point difference between the two teams. What a jam for Kill B.
Yeah, they change kind of things. We only have 4 minutes remaining, and we have Electric Lemon from the Arpis taking the lead before the first corner. Quite fast, but Tormenta doesn't want to make her go that fast, and she's catching up in the back.
Electric Lemon saw that Tormenta was coming at her, and that's why she didn't want to take any risk, even if Milan is leading by a bit less than 100 points. A roller derby player, as you know it, because you doesn't want to take any risk at all.
No, not at all. No risk, even if you are in this position. That far in front of another team. Better safe.
It's going to be jam number 21. It's 2 jams more than in the first half. That means that the jams went a bit faster on that second half. And it's Baby Razor for Milan versus Kinky for Valencia.
And I can see Kinky was playing kind of a defense role since a lot of her player is in the penalty box. So she was trying to stop Baby Razor, but didn't quite succeed since Baby Razor took the lead.
Third lead jammer position in a row for Milan here. Definitely Milan has taken the grip once again on that game.
And she called it. I could hear from here their teammate tell her, Chiama. Chiama means call. But she was quite a little bit late, I guess. So Kinky made 3 points. So it was 4 for Roller Derby Milano and 3 for Roller Derby Valencia.
119 for Valencia, 206 for Milan. Milan is 30 points behind the 100-point difference. Let's see what's going on the next jam between Prima de Riesgo for Valencia and Kilby, the records owner of points, and Kilby immediately took the lead jammer position.
And we see Kilby taking already the lead, whilst the Prima de Riesgo is still fighting in front of the pack.
The 4th lead jammer position in a row for Milan, and Kilby is going to try to do as much as on jam number 19, but no, she doesn't want to take any risk. She's not going to score 24 points once again, and she has only scored 20 points less, 4 points more for Milan.
Yeah, exactly. As we talked about before, no risk. So also, I think to look kind of in the bench, there was one player from Rayo in the penalty box. So it's like, let's start with this position.
I think it's going to be. No, I thought that the jammer for Rayo was in the penalty box, but no, it's not going to be a power jam situation. It's going to be another battle of the 12, since number 12 for Milan is going to play here, Electric Lemon, and number 12 for Rayo, Killer Queen, is going to face her for what is likely to be the last jam of the game.
Yes. And we see a player from Rayo taking, it was a changing in the penalty box. It might be a fallout. Unfortunately, we don't see from here our position. It's a fallout. Yeah.
It is a fallout for Rayo with number 88, I think. Machaca Flacas. Fallout for the rest of the game.
Bad girl with 7 penalties, so she has to finish that. Looking at her teammates. See, we're still on the officials, so we need to fix the paperwork, and now we're ready to go.
So apparently, I've just noticed it, the scoreboard didn't work for the second half, so it's 2-10 for Milan, 119 for Valencia.
Okay, sorry about that. I think Fred was quite super cool to tell the points every single jam. Sorry about that. Yeah, we just look at that now. So.
I think I know why, because we had a pause just to reboot the computer, so there might not be the connection anymore here. I think that the scoreboard stopped when the computer was rebooted.
Oh, yeah, there was that blackout. Remember, we were talking about sponsor and every break while they were fixing the computer. So this is why our score remained on that. Sorry, apologize about that.
It's likely to be the last jam of the game. It's going to be Electric Lemon for Milan versus Killer Queen. And Electric Lemon is taking the lead for what is going to be the 5th lead jammer position, the 4th lead jammer position, no, the 5th lead jammer position in a row for Milan.
Oh, and I can see there is quite a lot of going on the bench, penalty going back and forward. And call off for, look at the bench and say, okay, now it's time to call it off. 4 points for Lemon and Roller Derby Milano, and 0 for Roller Derby Valencia.
It's still 214 for Milan and 119 for Valencia. I'm sure that Milan really wants the 100 points difference. That's why the previous jammer decided to call off that jam, to try to have another opportunity for Milan to really have that 100 point difference, which they are 5 points behind. And it's team timeout? No, official timeouts.
And the RPs decided to have a gather up on the pivot line and talking with Baby Razor and see what we can do for this less than minutes remaining in the period clock.
53 seconds remaining on that game. 119 for Valencia, 214 for Milan. Sorry once again with the scoreboard, which doesn't seem to be working on the stream. So I repeat, it's 119 for the Rayo Dockers for Valencia, 214 for Milan. Milan is 5 points behind the 100-point difference on that game. Quite a good start of this Daga Denter, their own Daga Denter tournament, third edition.
Yeah, RPS was quite nervous about playing the first game, and I think all the nervous and things are out now, so ready to roll.
It's the qualification game, actually. Milan is going to win, apparently, and so they will be allowed to play in the winning bracket,
yes.
Whereas Valencia will play tomorrow for the final between the 9th and the 10th place.
Yeah, that's completely right. When maybe the strategy taken from the Baby Razor from the start didn't work, she's sitting on the penalty box for a cutting penalty. But now she's joined by also Kinky, number 10 from Valencia, which is taking a forearm, and she's joined Baby Razor in the bin.
It's been the seventh penalty committed by a jammer for Milan on that second half. This is really something that we have to check. And yeah, so Kinky is back on the track for Valencia.
Apparently Baby Razor wasn't, so she decided to take off her jammer cover and try to come in as a shadow jammer. Whoa!
It is going to be the last jam of the game.
And I saw a really nice hit from number 00. Mad Minion would take it off and little slow down number 10, the jammer for Valencia.
Kinky has entered her second scoring trip, and she has already scored 5 points on that jam number 24.
And nobody saw her.
And it's a cutting awarded to Kinky, who's back on the penalty box, but same thing, not to Kinky, I was mistaken. Baby Razor is back to the penalty box for Milan for a cutting.
Oh, and a huge hit from number 69, the pivot, making Maniac from the Harpies roller derby now, who take off on the ground, I guess, little Kinky. But she cannot get stopped. Out of play call, and then she can go again. 5 points. Oh, very tired, this jammer. They did quite a lot of work.
10 points so far for Rayo, and this is it. This is the end of the jam. Has she scored the points before the final whistle? Let's have a look.
Oh, it was quite cool. You ended up...
it was quite short. Yes, she scored it. Kinky scored the 5 points on that beautiful jump just milliseconds before the final whistle. So it's 15 points for Kinky and Valencia on this. And for the moment, it's 2-14 for Milan, 134 for Valencia. So let's wait for the final result here. A clear 80-point difference between the two teams. And yes, this is it. This is final for Milan. They won that game, 2-14 for Milan, 134 for Valencia. Milan is going to meet the C team for Helsinki on track number 2 today at 3 o'clock, whereas Rayo is going to compete tomorrow, Sunday, at 9 o'clock for the battle from the 9th place of this Daga Denter tournament. So here we have a victory for Milan, 2-14 to 134 for Valencia. It's time to have a break before next game, which I think is going to be a bit postponed because this game lasted more. Next game is going to be between Zurich and the roller derby Panthers from Saint-Gratien. I am Shut the Front Up.
I'm Cookie, and thank you everybody for watching and listen to us.
Bye-bye.
Sul track 2 adesso cos'è che facciamo che è finito tutto quanto? Lascio la camera fissa sullo scoreboard fino al prossimo vault. È finita adesso, sì. Abbiamo vinto con 70 punti, 80 punti di distacco.